UFC 321 Aspinall versus Gane just wrapped up yesterday, and wow, that was a really disappointing ending to the fight. A lot of people were pissed off because this fight was really highly anticipated. I was very pissed off, but you know what though, it isn't Tom Aspinall's fault. If you guys know what happened was Ciryl Gane basically double eye poked Tom Aspinall, and one of Aspinall's eyes were just starting to lose vision. He couldn't see, and the fight had to be called off. But anyways, before that though, that happened. The fight was actually pretty good. It was really competitive. I gotta give it to Ciryl Gane though. I have to give it to him. He looked good in that fight. My prediction in this fight, and a lot of people's prediction too, was Tom Aspinall would just go through him I don't think he'd go through him like it was nothing, but he would just definitely win. I thought he was better than Ciryl Gane in every position, grappling, striking, just whatever area it was. I thought Tom Aspinall would have the upper hand. But the thing is, though, I knew he wasn't going to get him out of there in a minute. I knew Ciryl Gane would give Tom Aspinall some problems because Ciryl Gane isn't like a Sergey Pavlovich. He isn't like a Marcin Tybura. He isn't like a Curtis Blades. You can't just get him out of there in a minute, I don't think. But I thought Tom was still going to win the fight, like 2 minutes, 3 minutes into round one. But Ciryl Gane did shock me. He took him longer. He took him almost to the end. He almost took him to round two until the eye poke happened. But yeah, he looked very good. I think he was winning the round by like a slight margin. He was winning by, but there was still enough time where Tom Aspinall could have like just landed a few more shots and just stole the round. It was pretty neck and neck. But the thing that pissed me off is if you go in comment section of comment section of the videos related to this fight, the oh man, this just pisses me off. The Jones fans, this is basically a victory for them because Tom Aspinall quit. I don't know. First off, if you guys saw the replay or the screenshot I saw of Tom Aspinall getting poked in the eye, like how could he not quit after that? That looked like one of the most brutal eye pokes I've seen. Both of them. I don't even know his other eye was okay. I don't even know how his other eye was all right. The other one looked like he got poked worse. It looked like he got poked worse. And yeah, he couldn't see out of that eye, but Jones fans will call him a quitter, because now Tom is disadvantaged and cannot see throughout the fight. So that means Ciryl Gane will probably win. It gives him an advantage for basically cheating. And yeah, Tom's a quitter for that. Tom's a quitter. And also they're making it sound like Tom Aspinall was horribly fraud checked in this fight. He was not getting fraud checked. Ciryl Gane did better, way better than we expected, but he was not getting fraud checked. Ciryl Gane we knew was going to be still a tough opponent for Tom. But they make you believe that Ciryl Gane was like absolutely schooling him. Look at the strikes on my screen. It was 27 Aspinall, 30 strikes from Gane. This was still a very close round. Tom was still looking good. Ciryl was looking good before the whole eye poke situation. But yeah, they make you believe that Tom Aspinall was absolutely getting fraud checked. I don't know, because Jones fans' minds, if you're Tom Aspinall and you pass 1 minute in a fight, you're all of a sudden shit. If you get a nosebleed in a fight, you're all of a sudden fraud checked. He would stand no chance with Jones. That's what because I don't know because he had a nosebleed. He wouldn't stand a chance with John. But these guys will call Tom Aspinall a fraud, but completely forget that John Jones won a robbery decision against Reyes, took Smith 5 rounds, and beat Santos by a split decision, who was on one leg. But Tom is the fraud for having a little nosebleed. Yeah, so Jones fans are just the most delusional fans in the MMA community. They shouldn't even make any comments or anything because they're the most stupidest fans ever. But yeah, Tom was not getting fraud checked. He was still looking very good. Just I think if there's so much time left in the round where just a few more shots, he could have just stole the round from Ciryl Gane. It was still close, like I said earlier. It could have been anyone's round, but Ciryl was winning by a slight margin at the near the end of the round. But still so much time where it could have just changed. So yeah, but nasty eye poke though. Nasty eye poke. That was ridiculous. And I don't know if you guys saw. I don't know if you guys saw the screenshot that MMA Guru posted on Twitter. But Ciryl Gane also eye poked Tom Aspinall when he was going for that takedown. It was very quick and subtle. You couldn't even really see it. But the screenshot shows Ciryl Gane on his eyes going into his fingers going right into Aspinall's eyes. And also that kind of helped him defend the takedown, which this will get me into a whole Now let's get into a whole different time. I'm not gonna enough praising Ciryl Gane now. He still looked good in that fight, but he's a dirty fucking cheat. He is a dirty fucking cheat, and I don't want him getting an instant rematch now. Like it's gonna happen, of course. Like it's like I still want to see it happen, but I don't want to at the same time because this leaves the heavyweight division in a bit of a pickle now, in a bit of a rough spot. Because what about Alexander Volkov? What about Alexander Volkov? And he just beat Jailton Almeida, which was not a robbery, by the way. People who said that fight was a robbery, you just don't know fighting, because all Almeida was doing was just laying on him, not even throwing any punches. He's basically just having sex with Volkov, while Volkov was actually trying to make it a fight, and Almeida's just laying on him, doing jack shit. But it's a robbery, though, because, I don't know, not fighting, and just stalling a fight makes you win now. So, yeah. But it wasn't a robbery at all. Alexander Volkov won that fight. But that pisses me off because Ciryl Gane is a dirty fucking cheat. And because of that, he's going to get a rematch now for basically blinding Aspinall in that fight. And it's so ridiculous to me because, first off, for Ciryl Gane to even get this title shot, he didn't even win the Volkov fight. He got gifted that decision. Volkov absolutely, definitely won that fight. Everyone thought Volkov won that fight. And it really makes me mad now because Volkov's going to get screwed over again. And I feel bad. Alexander Volkov has been, since that Tom Aspinall loss, he's been working so hard to become better. And he wants to become a world champ. He's been working so hard. At the time, his wins were, after the Aspinall loss, were Romanov, Jairzinho Rozenstruik, Tai Tuivasa, Sergey Pavlovich. He went through 4 top contenders at the time to, get a Ciryl Gane fight, who he already lost to, beats him, and then gets robbed. It should have been Ciryl Gane fighting Jailton Almeida today. Or yesterday, my bad. It should have been Ciryl Gane fighting Jailton Almeida yesterday, and Alexander Volkov fighting for the belt. But again, yeah, and after Alexander Volkov beat Jailton Almeida, I was like, okay, definitely now the UFC is going to give Alexander Volkov his title shot. He's owed that after how bad he got robbed in that Ciryl Gane fight the last time. So I'm like, oh yeah, no doubt, Alexander Volkov, he's next. But but what I thought was gonna happen was Tom was gonna beat Ciryl Gane, not take much damage, and then while he's waiting for that Pereira to move up to heavyweight, depending on what Pereira wants to do, probably stay and defend once more against Alberg. I thought Tom Aspinall would take no damage, and he's like, you know what? I haven't fought in a long time. I want to keep active. I'll fight Alexander Volkov maybe in February. So he wanted to keep active, and I think he'd beat. What I think would happen is he'd beat Volkov for a second time, and then he'd go fight Alex Pereira. If Alex Pereira, let's say, just moves up instantly or beats Alberg, he's like, I'll fight Alex Pereira at the White House. That's what I thought was gonna happen, because I do think he beats Volkov again, but that timeline has been officially screwed. That is done. Alexander Volkov probably will not get a title shot ever now, because Ciryl Gane had to because Ciryl Gane's a dirty fucking fighter and poked both of Aspinall's eyes, and he's getting a rematch for it. And it just really makes me mad. Ciryl Gane is gonna get his 4th title shot, and it's great. Listen to this right now. Ciryl Gane has had 4 UFC. He's gonna get his 4th UFC title shot. And he hasn't even fought Jailton Almeida, Curtis Blades, or Sergey Pavlovich. This is the thing with Ciryl Gane. He'll get a title shot, lose, fight someone that's 10 ranks below him, win, get another title shot, lose, fight someone that's 7 ranks below him, win, get a title shot. It makes me mad. And while Alexander Volkov was fighting everyone that was around his ranking, he's getting screwed out of another title shot. This is unbelievable to me. Alexander Volkov should be owed that, but it's not going to happen. The UFC is going to want to rebook this fight, because, I know, and don't get me wrong though, Ciryl Gane still had a good performance, but I just, it's not fair. It's not fair at all. But the UFC doesn't care about fairness at all. They just care about, they don't care about that fairness at all. They'll just give Ciryl Gane the title shot once again, and then Alexander Volkov is screwed out of a title fight. And the thing is with Volkov, he's 37. He doesn't have much long left in the sport. Like, he doesn't have like that much time left in the sport. He'd probably be gone, I think, in like maybe like 2 years. And it makes me really upset for him. I feel really bad for Volkov. He has worked so hard. He had to fight Giles and Almeida. You know, a lot of people were afraid to fight Almeida. I can't even lie with you. He was one of the scariest heavyweights coming up. But even if that fight was a robbery, though, thank God they gave the win to Volkov. I don't think it was a robbery. If to some people who it was, thank God they robbed Almeida. Because who the hell wants Jailton Almeida at the top of the sport after that shit? Just not doing anything to Volkov. That's like he should be cut for that crap. Because like what was he doing? He wasn't even trying to hit any shots from the top at all. He's just laying on him. So yeah, thank God Volkov won that fight. Jailton Almeida would have like deadass ruined the sport. But yeah, it makes me feel bad for Volkov after all these opponents he has to face at the top, and Ciryl Gane could just fight one guy 10 ranks below him, and then like, oh, title shot, and it'll be his fourth one. And I don't know, the more reasonable decision UFC could do is give Volkov the title shot and just say fuck you to Ciryl Gane, because I like he was doing good against Tom, but come on, you didn't even deserve the shot in the first place, and you poke the fuck out of Tom's eyeballs, you ruined the fight, and you're gonna get another title shot, your fourth one, and this leaves Volkov in a really it leaves Volkov with no title shot, and it makes me really feel bad for him, and the heavyweight division is in a bit of a it's a bit of a pickle now. So, yeah. But anyways, guys, that is the end of my video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, and peace out.